Hey everyone, it is Anthony checking in with you guys for my 365 Days to Transform. It is November 8th, and I'm here to give you guys a quick update on myself, as well as give you guys something you can put into action ASAP. So first off, if you missed the video last week, I discussed the fact that I would not be posting my diet and workout routine for the time being. I'm making a couple transitions, and before I get into that, I want to start teaching you some of these things that I'm going to be doing. Also, exercise-wise, I am following at least 3 of my bootcamp classes at the Fit Room per week, and as well as doing 2 to 3 strength-based workouts on my own time as well. So I will get back into the blogging and all that kind of stuff, but there's a reason for the layoff for the time being. As well, weigh-ins moving forward, it's a lot more exciting to pull out big numbers. So starting December 1st, January 1st, February 1st, basically the first of each month, I will be posting my weigh-in on social media, of course discussing it in one of the check-in videos and also on the blog. So stay tuned for that. So let's get right into today's message. Number 1. One of the things that I see people deal with on a daily basis and weekly basis is what I discussed early on in this 365 Days to Transform, and it was the weekend roller coaster. If you don't remember what that is, basically it's when people do really well Monday to Friday, and let's say they start at 100 pounds for the week. By Friday, they are now at 98 pounds. Then Saturday and Sunday comes, and guess what happens? Monday to Friday's beast mode, Saturday and Sunday becomes eat mode, and they eat and they gain all that weight back, and now starting Monday morning they are back at 100 pounds. So obviously it's not something that's going to help you get progress and get you results. And the sad thing is, I find that one too many of you guys are following this routine. I'm seeing people every single week come to me and discuss how can they improve the weekend and stay on track. So here's my best advice. I have people doing this already. I do this right now, and I find it makes such a huge difference, and it keeps you focused on that weekend. Why do we usually go off on the weekends? It's because our routine is not there. Monday to Friday, we're very habitual, and we follow that same routine. At the same time, on Saturday and Sunday, it's the complete opposite. We love habit. I'm actually reading an awesome book called The Power of Habit right now, which also discusses this a bit as well. So now when you go off your plan, you're going to start binging, you're going to start cheating, you're going to start eating foods you're not supposed to eat. So how do we combat this? Because it's very important for your results, because you don't want to work so hard Monday to Friday just to blow it on a Saturday and Sunday. What I recommend is what I've been doing, and it's intermittent fasting. I pretty much do intermittent fasting Monday to Sunday. On the weekends, I typically go a little bit more hardcore, and I'm now trying to fast pretty much the whole day until I have my cheat meal. Yes, you are allowed to have your one cheat meal. Just have to be sure it's a cheat meal, not a cheat weekend or a cheat day. So what is intermittent fasting? It is basically fasting for a certain amount of time and eating throughout a certain amount of time. One of the more common and popular ones is called the 16-8 method. That's 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. Here, and that's kind of what I do Monday to Sunday, but the weekends I kind of go a little bit more hardcore. So what I want you to start with, even on the Saturday and Sunday, is to try to fast for about 16 hours and then eat in that 8-hour window. So let's say your last meal on Friday was 8 p.m. I don't want to see you guys eat until 12 p.m. on Saturday. And let's say your cheat meal is planned for Saturday night at 7 p.m. You can have your first meal around 12 or 1 and then have your cheat meal at 7. Ideally, you want to stick with those 2 meals. That would be a great way to do it. What you ideally want to do, and what I'm doing right now and have a bunch of members at the Fit Room doing, is trying to fast until about 3 or 4 and then having a smaller meal, and then a couple hours later you have your cheat meal. I'm trying to take it even one step further. I did it this week on Saturday. I fasted for about 24 hours. It was hard near the end because I got excited. We had a seminar here at the Fit Room, but I had a nice meal planned with my family and Nandor and his girlfriend or fiance that were at the seminar and doing the seminar this weekend, which was amazing. We'll get into some of that stuff. And this is part of it actually as we move on. But with that said, if you can fast on Saturday until your cheat meal, you're not going to cause as much damage calorie-wise. At the same time, you're going to give your system, especially your digestive system, time to relax. You're going to detoxify, help your insulin levels to balance out, as well as improve other hormone levels like your growth hormone. Now, I can tell you, if you're not used to doing something like that, to try to fast all day Saturday, you're probably going to get lightheaded, hangry, and agitated. So you may want to start with the 16-hour fast. Have your first meal 16 hours after your last meal on Friday, which of course is a healthy meal on Friday night. It works, it's simple, and the more you do it, the better it becomes. So after maybe doing that on Saturday and Sunday, if you can make it through those 2 days, even at 16 hours, do the same thing the week after, and the goal is to try to get to that point where you can maybe even do a 20-hour fast, and you can break your fast with simply having a protein and fat-based meal. It can be some eggs and avocado with some olive oil on it, of course organic extra virgin olive oil. You can also break it with a protein shake. That would be a good option too. How can you make the fast even easier? You can use coffee and green tea as an easy way to make that transition as well. So if you're drinking usually 1 or 2 coffees a day, what you can add to the coffee is MCT oil or coconut oil or both. This is called fat fasting. And simply, you could, so if you're using coconut oil, you can put a teaspoon or even a tablespoon in there. If you're using MCT oil, a little bit stronger, you may want to start with half a teaspoon for a couple days and then make the transition over probably weeks to have about 1 tablespoon in your coffee, even up to twice a day. That is fine too. So that will make the fast a little easier because you're doing what we call fat fasting. It is super effective, guys. It works. It's helping me a ton on the weekends. That's where I typically have been blowing it before I started this. So when as you guys know, again, gained about 60 pounds on purpose with the goal in mind of doing what I'm doing now. The problem was I couldn't bounce back. I would do really well during the week. I would fall into the roller coaster of blowing it on the weekends. It was just a bad cycle for about 6 months, which made me gain even 30 or 4 pounds because it was stressing me out. Then I learned a lot more about intermittent fasting and other systems that we're going to get into. So guys, I hope you guys can start using this ASAP. I'm telling you, a lot of the clients or members at the Fit Room are using this. They're loving it, and the results are awesome. They're not gaining that weight back. They're continuing to lose the weight in inches and body fat. So simply, how to prevent the weekend roller coaster of gaining all the weight you lost back over the weekend is intermittent fast. Start slow. Start with a 16-hour fast and see if you can get into potentially a 20 or a full fast until your cheat meal. Now, if you have more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help. Thanks for checking in, guys. Stay tuned for next week's check-in and tip video for you guys. Have a great one.